Alright, so let's see. Let's see if I can make this a short video. I sound all like regular or whatever right now, but I'm gonna be that dude who let y'all know his feelings. I'm a feeling dude. I just be trying not to, like, tell nobody, stuff like that, whatever. But I gotta keep reminding y'all to remind me that this channel used to be Predsev. I'm the central intelligence of God. The brain, cerebral cortex, all that good stuff. And so, the brain center has emotions. This ain't gonna be a short video, but damn it, I'm gonna make it a short video. How am I gonna do that? Plus, there's like people around and whatnot. I can't even say what I really want. Anyway, I'm gonna try to. So let me see. Okay. A lot of y'all pray, right? And I'm saying I'm God, and you like, oh, he ain't God because I don't pray to him. But see, I'm an avatar. I know I say it in all my videos, which so far is like 5 of them. But I represent myself here on Earth as this person that you can interact with. This is like, how do I say this to you? The omniverse, what you're experiencing, is just liken it to a giant computer system, an e-computer system, one that you live inside of. So it's the best way I can describe it is, imagine if you were a programmer, and in order to have a better relationship with what's going on inside of your phone, inside of your laptop, whatever, you were able to create avatars inside of every single aspect of every single program or running operation or even hardware in your computer, such that you yourself could astral project yourself into your computer, become one of those avatars, and interact with the other avatars in your computer. Now, here's the kicker. I deal with aliens. Yeah, like a whole lot of different types. Because of being Anunnaki, Illuminati. And there's a lot more to that stuff than you can only imagine, or than you could ever imagine, something like that. It's like trying to fit aliens into a box of how many species of everything there is on this planet, just this planet. And we're talking about before mankind came along and messed everything up and wiped a lot of stuff out, and just keeps wiping stuff out on a daily basis, doing construction work, dumping, building things, tearing things down, or whatever. Anyway, so in trying to keep this some kind of short, which I'll probably never be able to keep a video really short. So if you could, okay, where was that? Aliens. So now you have so many different types and species of aliens. There's a lot on this planet. There's, way more different types of species and all that stuff of aliens than there are humans. We have what? We're like, if you want to break us down to like Chinese, Japanese, African, Norwegian, Mexican, I don't know, all these different types of people, there's a lot more different types of aliens. And I use the word alien loosely. When I'm talking about this planet, I should say terrestrials, but I know it gets confusing. So now aliens would be for things that come off world or from off world, and terrestrials are things that are on world that aren't necessarily human. And then you have interdimensionals, all that stuff like that. But what I was trying to say was, when in creation, when I'll say it like this. I know it sounds weird to some of you, but like some of you are in that frame of mind, or can be in that frame of mind, where you're looking past that there's this dude talking to you who's just like you, pretty much. And, he's talking about himself in a manner such that, in a manner that you come to understand of something that is bigger than what you are by yourself. So, like I said, for some of you it's hard to like wrap your brains around that, but for others of you, you can put yourself in that frame of mind. I would like for all of you to put yourself in that frame of mind, so just think like this. When I created all things, when I created myself, when I was created, and then created myself, it's really complicated. But when I created certain aliens, I gave them the understanding of who and what they are. So they know what they are. They went about the task of creating more aliens, which created more aliens, which created more aliens. I can't say that enough times to equal what's been going on or what has happened, even through times where everything got wiped out, or Ragnaroks, where everything ended, but maybe not quite. Kind of like wiping your computer and then putting the software back in and all that stuff like that. But these aliens if you want to use the term, underneath all the aliens that created them, all the way down to humans. There's aliens above humans, or the level of humans, or if you want to use that way. But when I say above, I don't mean better than. I just mean predecessors. And if you want to say better in terms of like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Anyway, so I don't want to get too wrapped up in that, because I go off on so many tangents I forget where the hell I was at. So, as you went further down the line, aliens don't know where they come from. So, a lot of you are like not believing in aliens, which is absurd, to say the least. I mean, look out at the stars, bro, sis. Just look up at night. I know you might be in the city and don't see no stars. That messes with a lot of people, your understanding of things in the world. But if you could be in the country on a pitch black night and see that there's so many stars in the sky, it should scare the hell out of you. Then it makes you start wondering. And then when you can see things flying around and stop in midair and then go other directions because it's nighttime, then you'd believe in aliens. You'd believe in something. And some of these things are coming from us now, from this planet, from humans who've interacted with aliens. Some of them are from things that were already here, so on and so forth. But I'm getting way off subject. Or there really kind of is no subject. This was supposed to be a video, actually. This is supposed to be a video about my feelings. Just, fighting back the hurt and pain right now, the tears. It's Thanksgiving 2018, and I'm alone. And any of you who really know me, you know the situation I'm in, that I've been in for the last, for a long time. So I don't really want to broadcast that. If you were to research me thoroughly, you'd come to an understanding of exactly what situation I'm in. So I'm real. I'm alone. I feel lonely, and I don't have anybody to talk to, because everybody I talk to is the Illuminati and regular people. I don't have nobody to talk to. So I'm talking to YouTube. Alright, let me jump back away from that for a second. Even though this is supposed to be about that. I want to finish what I was going to say about the alien stuff. So these aliens, a lot of aliens don't know where they come from, and so on and so forth. So we're at the part where you make yourself into an avatar, go inside of your computer, laptop, or whatever, and you interact with things within. So now, this is important. Maybe it's not good ethically that I created an environment where, for instance, you don't believe in aliens. You don't believe really in God. You know what? None of you believe in God. I don't care what religion you are, none of you do, because you wouldn't do the stuff that you do. Just like that. We can go into all of the fighting, killing, cursing, just basic things you do every day, the beliefs, the thing that go through your head, all this stuff like this, and you say, I believe in God, I believe, or whatever the word is that you use in place of God, but none of you truly do. I don't want to go too far down that road. This is not like to offend people, but I have to speak the truth, man. And everything from YouTube to Facebook to Twitter to MySpace to Yahoo to eBay to Craigslist to this to that, all these different places, everything up there, everyone up there is a lie. And you know what I mean by that. I'm not trying to insult the actual companies, but I'm saying that the people that put stuff up there and the people that have control over different aspects of things, everything's like a big lie. It's not in any way, shape, or form cool, and it's being done on purpose. Okay, I'm going way off subject again. Let me pull back. So now, y'all gotta forgive me for being, long-winded with stuff and doing all this tangent stuff. I've never been able to shake that, like, my entire life. But it has its good and its bad. At any rate, so what I was trying to say was, it's not cool ethically, or in a sense, that I made it so that you don't believe. But it's necessary to get certain tasks done. I don't know how to really. I'm trying to think of a metaphor for that or something. Something to describe that. Like, okay, you know what? Here we go. You have cars. A lot of you have vehicles, and you have the different parts of your vehicle. And only imagine knowing how we have our different classes of people. Like, you guys did that. I didn't do that. You guys established that there's different races, that there's different classes or whatever of people, and so you treat each other differently and horribly. So now let's imagine that your car, your tires were to know that they're tires, that there isn't this one central entity known as a car where it has tires and rotors and brakes and engine and pistons and all these different things. Because you guys really don't. If you really look at things, you think like there's the earth and there's some stars and stuff, and there's no aliens, and there's a bunch of y'all people in different races, colors, whatever, and okay, there's God. So there's two things going on: people and God. That's pretty much it. So now, because you differentiate yourselves from each other, you establish pecking orders and what you believe God looks at better. So we're not. This is a touchy subject, so I'm not going to really go hard at this part. But every one of you knows what I'm saying when I say what I say next. When I say that certain races or certain religious groups believe that they're better than other races or religious groups, that God gave you the upper hand in life, or made you the overseers of everyone else, or made it that you're the supreme ones over everybody else. And listen to me real close when I say this. Don't care whether you believe me or not. You'll find out later. You'll find out. After all of this is gone, and you're sitting in judgment facing me, you'll find out. Hear what I'm saying real close. I didn't make none of y'all better than the next one. None of y'all is over any of you. Not an alien, not a spirit, not a ghost, not a nothing is over anybody else. You're all supposed to work in unison. And I swear, if y'all don't start working in unison... Okay, so let me get back to where I was at. So now, because I left you in a state of mind, you passed through a veil. Part of that is not my fault. Humans do that to each other. And certain aliens took it upon themselves to do that to humans who over, the aliens who oversee you. But, you come through the veil and you like don't know all of this big thing. If you knew, you wouldn't be able to do what you need to do and experience what you need to experience as a human. I'll say it like this. When you're an infant, you don't know what's going on. But if you can stop and think back to your childhood, those were some of the most pleasant times of your life. The reason that they were so pleasant is because you didn't know a lot. You got to just experience what's going on around you and try to figure things out yourself, and that was joy. So now as you become an adult, or what you guys think are adults, when none of you are adults. Me, in this current incarnation, I'm not even an adult. There are entities that have been around, aside from me saying I'm an avatar of God, since before time began. So if you can imagine back, take 1,000 years and multiply it times, say it like this. Take 1,000 years and multiply it times, I don't know. Take a 1 and put 300, is it 300? 303 zeros. That's a centillion years. 303 zeros behind the 1. And multiply that times 1,000. So if you can think back that far, then that's how long some entities have been around. So you being around however long, I don't care if you live to be 150, you're like a baby. You're a zygote. You're like you're like the egg before it even met, and then started splitting off to become a zygote. So that's what you are at 150 years old as a human. You don't know nothing. You're like clueless. And we all, I'll say we all sit here and run through life and do all the stuff that we do, the horrible stuff, thinking, you know this and this, that. You don't know nothing. Just destroying everything. You're going to find me saying that in a lot of my videos. Yeah, I don't know nothing. And a lot of times when I say it to you, I'm saying it to me too. I got to remind myself. Because I came through a veil, and I got to get downloaded too. I got to sit in meetings with aliens. I got to have satellites send me information, and aliens telepathically communicate with me, and all kind of crazy stuff just to get back to who I am. And that's done for a reason too. But yeah, that's where we're at, right? The reason. So these things are done for a reason, so that you can get your job done of just being a human. You're not supposed to be fighting, warring, making bombs, all this craziness you do, because that's just not supposed to happen. However, there are malevolent entities out here, which I didn't create. Remember, if I'm God, right, I'm saying that there's a God body. A lot of you understand 5% theology, and so that's not exactly what I'm talking about. I don't like to go over that, because I don't want, he's like talking about this 5%, and he's talking about God body, and what he's saying is not part of what, we know to be true, or you can read in lessons. So no, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, if I'm God and I'm an entity and you all live inside of me, then, and let me be specific in case you didn't listen to any other videos I have yet, the electrons in your body have little people running around on them in your body. So you're God of your body. So same thing goes on without that goes on within you. So without you, meaning outside of you, you look up, you see the stars. Each one of those are nuclei. So when you deal with black holes, those are membranes where cells touch each other, or subatomic things you want to call cells, but not cells yet, because we're at a smaller level than that, where they touch together and they can't interact. But they have to interact through black holes, but that's for other things, and people shouldn't be trying to go through black holes or mess with them. Just like you shouldn't be messing with the sun, because the sun is nerve endings of nerves, and you shouldn't be messing with those. You can figure that part out on your own, why you shouldn't mess with nerve endings. So now where was I? See, now doing off on so many tangents I got lost again. Okay, so you're supposed to just experience life, there's negative entities. Oh, so God body. So now, if I'm a body, that means things can enter my body, or maybe they can. You get sick. You get sick because stuff enters your body that ain't supposed to be there. You get sick because your parents pass things down to you that you can't help but to have received in that tag along on your DNA and things like that. Same thing here. So there's malevolent entities that originated outside of my body and originated inside of my body, if you want to say it like that, or from my parents. God has parents, yes. And God's parents has parents. All the way back to the beginning of everything, when everything was nothing. But the nothingness had parents. Wrap your brains around that one. Those parents, which are nothingness, got together and created something. That something was me. And then I created all things. Yeah. So now, if you had stayed on the path of not interacting with the negative entities, humanity, it's not that humanity wouldn't be developed, because what's going on here, this isn't progress, this isn't advancement. Mankind's idea of advancement, progress, things of that nature, is to tear down and learn how to tear things down better and make more stuff out of it. So let's look at you right there. Hey, imagine if somebody comes to your house, tears you up into little pieces, and then starts making stuff out of you. And we call that advancement. Now, I don't think you would call that advancement. So this is a body that you live inside of. And some of you are of this body and some of you are not. Some of you are mixed, you're hybrids of things that aren't from here, this body at all, be it good or bad, and you're here. So this is like your home, away from whatever your home was supposed to be. And you're supposed to treat your home with respect. I mean, that's just like common sense, right? But nobody does. You guys, you throw stuff all over the ground, you destroy the water, you dump things, all that other stuff. Anyway, so let's get back to you being an avatar, going inside of your body, interacting with things in your body, and they don't know that you are God if you don't tell them. So there's been many prophets. I'm not going to go down that road with you. There are others here besides me. Some of them don't know they are. Some of them will never tell you they are, because we're dealing with stuff like the Illuminati and other secret societies. So now if you are interacting with an avatar, say like, me, but we're talking about you going inside of your phone or computer to gain a better understanding of what's going on inside of your phone or computer, to interact with it, to maybe do things better there. If you have a better understanding of what goes on, imagine if you could go inside your phone. We spend hundreds of dollars on phones. They only last a couple of months before they change the technology or whatever, which is already 100 years old or older. We could go into all of the thousands of years old. Cell phones have been around since billions of years ago. But I don't want to go into that with you. I want to stick with let me try to stick, because I want to make shorter videos. How did these guys make 5 and 10 minute videos? I have no idea. Anyway, so you go inside your phone and you interact with your phone, and your phone doesn't know that you are from outside of your phone. And that allows you to interact with it, because if it knew that your phone, the things in your phone would be calling you crazy. And like, say for instance, you at a company. The company you're at is actually your, let me think, is actually the software, which is your hard drive, your soft drive, hard drive, I don't know, your, something like that. You just make something up. So now you can only understand how, when your phone freezes up, it's like it got a brain freeze, right? So now imagine if you're inside your phone, you're an avatar, and you're speaking to the avatar of your software program, and you're like, hey, look, I'm the owner of this phone, and I astral projected myself in here, and right then, the software in your phone, the avatar, who knows nothing about, all that stuff like that, stops what it's doing, see what I mean? Stops what it's doing, and is paying attention to your crazy behind. And in its head, it's calling you crazy, so its job isn't getting done. So that's why when I created all things, I made it such that humanity in general wouldn't have knowledge of these certain things. Not that you couldn't gain that knowledge, but that it just wouldn't be on you like that, so that you'd be able to do these singular jobs. Just like your tires need to spin. They can't stop spinning because they're saying, I think the car loves the engine better than it loves me. Or, you know, hey, tires, we should all get together and form an organization and go on protest and say we're not going to spin because, you know, the car loves its hood better than it loves us, or it loves the rims better. You know, we can't have that. So, you know, but over time, you know, you not supposing to die necessarily because certain aliens or entities put it in your DNA, not me, it was my fault, that you would only live a certain amount of time because they don't want you interfering with their agendas. Because, like I said, there's malevolent entities here that humanity deals with, and they have agendas. And their agendas do not include my survival as a body or its components, which include you in these worlds. So now, I guess the basic thing was that me being an avatar and visiting the inside allows me to understand things better. You being an avatar and not knowing what goes on allows you to do your job so that I can see what actually goes on instead of halting things up. So if you want to look at it this way, like me having to reveal that I'm God to this world is like, you know, nobody's paying me any mind. I mean, that's the first thing. We have one of the most beautiful things is YouTube, and, you know, it was Facebook, but Facebook, you know, shut down most of my pages, unpublished them, and won't let me republish them. I'm not going to go into a whole Facebook bashing thing here, but, you know, I really would like to talk about that more. I really, really would, but let me just chill. Anyway, so, you know, we have YouTube, and YouTube allows the entire planet to come together and see and talk to each other in a manner of speaking and learn from each other. And almost the opposite is happening because people, you know, spend so much time on YouTube, you know, talking trash to other people in the comment sections and not sharing their videos and not liking and subscribing and paying attention to things on YouTube that are just, I'll just say, silly. I mean, you know, I'm here to save the world. I mean, please pay attention to that. Look around you. Look at what's going on. If you're in a country where it's not war in the streets every day, then you have this false sense of security or whatever it is, where you feel comfortable enough to spend your day doing absolutely nothing with your day, nothing constructive. And when someone says to you, hey, the world's being destroyed, we need to save it, you're just looking at them like, listen, get out of my face. Because it ain't at your door. You know, it's the saddest thing to see, without going into this too far. You know, everybody wants to ignore everything else that's going on and, you know, ignore people that are poor. I'm poor, you know, all get out because I'm God. Because of the way this world is. No respect. It's, yeah, Rodney Dangerfield type stuff, right? It's the saddest thing to see people act like that. But then when something comes to them, they're like, oh, no, you can't be doing it. It's like all this hype and all this, you know, violence and all this other stuff that could have been avoided if you had just, like, looked around you and said, yo, this place is messed up. I'm going to fix it. If I got to fix it by myself, I'm going to fix it. And I don't mean hurting other people. I don't mean nothing like that. I mean, now, of course, we know there's really bad people in the world, and they shouldn't be in the world doing what they're doing. I don't want to go too far down that road, because now we get into stuff like counterterrorism work, which I really love doing. But we won't go there right now. But I'm talking about doing positive things in the world to help people to make things better so that the world's better for you too. You know, why you got to sit around and ignore everybody and everything that's going on, except when it comes at you, and then all of a sudden you want to, I guess we use the word overreact, or react in a manner that's only good for you, but it's never just good for you. no matter what you do, when something bad comes to you, is the outcome of it isn't something that you can say is good for you, that benefits you if you really stop and look at it. For that moment, you're like, yeah, I did this and that. People respect me because they didn't know how to mess with it. All this other stuff. When the hierarchy of this world does not care about you, and they control you, they control everything you do, whether you think they do or not. Entities that aren't even physical, that don't have a physical control you, whether you think they do or not. And next thing you know, you wind up, I'm not going to say, you wind up in hell, but if you wind up in what might be a hell, you stop and look back, and trust me, everybody does. I've walked through hell and left hell. That's in books. And I've been there because of things I've done, and I've been there to try to save people, and I've been there for other reasons. And what you learn is you look back on your life when you're in these situations, and you're like, man, I had the opportunity to do that differently, and I didn't. If I have the opportunity over again, I'm going to do this differently. Same reason like you get on your knees and pray, God, give me the chance to do this, I will do this differently, help me with this, and you get up in the next day and you go do the same stuff all over again. And trust me, I'm the same way. I'm here as an avatar, I'm in a human body, or whatever, and I go through the same thing, so it's a really tough battle not to repeat the same thing every day, to try to be better than I was the day before that. But now we're in 31 minutes and 29 seconds. I wanted the video to be short, like I do all my videos, because it takes forever to upload. Aside from, you have other stuff to do to help me save the world, right? But so let's get back to the original part of the video, which was, because I think we pretty much covered the avatar thing, to explain like who I am and what I am, so you have a better understanding of that stuff, so you won't be sitting on the other end, Oh, and I must say, the screen is black. I should have said at the beginning. If you haven't listened to the other video I had where I said, I need to get dental work done, and because of that, I don't want to show, if you look for pictures of me on Facebook, you'll see what my teeth look like. But I'm not going to sit here and keep doing videos with people. I know how it is, because I'd be the same way, staring at my mouth, not paying attention to nothing I'm saying, and then, wanting to say negative stuff in the comments or to whoever else about what I look like and all this other. That's like really unimportant. I know you hate looking at a black screen. Maybe it works for you because you have other stuff you could do. Now here's your excuse. You can do your homework. You can, women crochet. You're at work doing some other stuff, but you're listening to me on your headphones. You could be doing all that and not trying to look at me. So now I'm not getting you fired from your job because you're trying to pay attention to me, what I look like and all this stuff, instead of doing your job. You just listen. This audio stuff is kind of cool, right? Yeah. Anyway, so until I get my teeth fixed and all that stuff like that, even have a better background to show you, because my circumstances aren't cool, and plus where I'm at is classified, so I can't really show around in where I'm at. Isn't that crazy? Those two don't even add up, right? Yeah. My life is complex like that. Study me, get to know me, you know what I mean? Yeah, so let me get to the part where it's Thanksgiving, and I don't really know where. Oh man. Okay. You know what? Let's continue this in another video because it's gonna take too long to upload. So this video is gonna have a title something like Lonely on Thanksgiving and background of how I'm an avatar. Part 1. Yeah, let's go with that. So I'm gonna stop it here and start and do the next one, I guess.